We're back. Season 3 of Pre-Gaming with Bordzy. And oh, how I have missed each and every one of you. Very pleased to be back here with you for 82 games this season, because you know us. Win, lose, draw. We're going to be here every step of the way. The good, the bad, the ugly, the oily, you might even say, on tonight's post-game show. But folks, couldn't ask for a better start to the season. It's the BOA, Oilers Flames, Flames Oilers down at Rogers Place, Edmonton. We got that feeling in the air tonight, and we are officially back to pre-gaming with Bordzy. So hello and welcome, presented by Sherwood for the Giant, and is a presentation, of course, of Bet365. Download the app today, because whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Felt good to say that line again. Haven't said that in a little bit. Bet365.
You don't just say that?
It's also been very kind to me lately, Bet365. I'm hot right now. This is a good time for Bordzy's bankroll. Hopefully the NFL carries on over to the NHL. But I mean it when I say it. I missed you all very, very, very dearly. That's 3 varies in there. I feel like we have created a pretty good pre-post game, I might even say, family here at Oilers Nation. So I've missed you all a lot. Excited to talk shop with you, but not as much as I've missed talking shop with the man next to me this evening, Cam Lewis, also known as Coombsy, joining me, writer here at Oilers Nation Game 1. They say, Coombsy, get your ass in the seat. Come on down to Greta. Coom, how we doing, brother? How's your summer?
We're doing good. It's been exciting. You guys are gonna get to live watch as we have Game 4 of the American
this thing on? Take 2, baby. Welcome to season 3 of Pre-Gaming with Bordzy. That's what I was saying the first time, and oh, how I have missed each and every one of you here in the pregame chat. Very pleased to be back with you for 82 games. Very pleased to have functional mics right here at the moment. You know us. Hey, it's game 1 of the season. It's what you're going to get down here live at Greta Bar Yeg. Very excited to get the year going, like I said. And game 1, don't get any better than this, baby. A little BOA action. Oilers, Flames, Oilers going down at Rogers Place. A little 8 p.m. Wednesday. There's an energy. There's a feeling in the air this evening. And it's Edmonton Oilers hockey being back. But hello and welcome to Pre-Gaming with Bordzy, brought to you by Sherwood Ford the Giant and a presentation of Bet365. Once again, get to say that again. We're getting back into the rhythm. Everything's feeling good again. I mean it when I say it. I missed you guys very, very dearly. Very, very, very dearly. I'll go with 3 varies there as well. We've created a good fam here. I've missed you a lot, but I'll say not as much as I missed my pal. To my right, one Cam Lewis, Oilers Nation writer, also known as Coomsy. Coomsy, how you been? How's your summer? Blue Jays game, we're sweating right now.
Blue Jays game, we're sweating right now, but we're feeling good, and we're in Oilers mode. We'll talk about the Oilers and the Calgary Flames, and I got to say, it feels weird to be back already. Like, it feels like, I mean, it is a short summer. We all know it's a short summer when you play into late June. That's just the way it is. It's been that way for 2 years now, back to back, but I felt like this summer went by really fast. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because the Jays were competitive and we've been sort of, if you follow both the teams or both the leagues, then you've sort of been in playoff mode now for a little while. And it feels like weird. You're in playoff mode for one sport that you like, and then the other sport's starting up, and you're in 2 different little spots. It's beginning of season calmness and excitement, but also like playoff jitters. It's a fun time of year, October.
It's a good year. It's a good sports night. This is what 2 TVs in your living room was absolutely made for. I miss my 265 inchers at home, but we got TVs all over this place because we are down here back at Greta Bar Yeg. We're going to be here Wednesday tonight. And of course, we're going to be back here on Saturday when the Oilers take on the Vancouver Canucks. Brett and Bordzy, we're going to be on the mic hosting the event. Brett, they threw you on the graphic as well. We're a full-on duo getting our own graphics, brother.
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a Make-A-Wish deal.
You guys look
well,
like,
it might have been.
Yeah, 100%.
you guys look like a buddy cop movie.
No,
that's fair.
It's
That's
like,
a fair
oh,
description.
this guy with the crazy hair, he's a wacko, but he's good with the gun.
I say that
Surprising.
we're Michael Cera and Jonah Hill from Superbad. We're the poor man's version of that, but I'm down with that.
no, it's funny because Dangerous Wade on Twitter keeps making unbelievable edits of our picture, and it's just us 2 being gay dads together, which is hilarious.
Hey,
I think you guys would raise a child really well.
We
I
would
think
be
it would be-
unbelievable.
I
that
think
child
you
would
could-
be absolutely hilarious.
You guys would communicate well.
Yeah,
That's pretty much
where
it.
it
That's
ends.
pretty much it. They'd have a good time. They'd have a lot of vibes. Good time. And as you can tell, no pre-post show would be the same without my pal Brett Holden. Where Brett, bring yourself back on for a moment if you want to, or maybe pull up your camera.
I can't.
Lovely. You're
Cool.
going to be with me for every single game this season. He is my full-time right-hand man, my pre- and post-game producer, pre-gaming, and of course, Oilersnation After Dark. They're letting Brett and Bordzy run the asylum for 82 straight games. Shout out Patrick Puff. I'm sure he will come in from time to time. But Bert, it's you and me till we die, brother.
Yeah, what was it that I kept screaming while we were in Vegas? I'm a liability.
Yeah.
Welcome back, baby.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We have a full 82. We have a full.
Microphones didn't even work off the hop, baby. We are fully ready to go.
I still have to come over there and adjust the 2 of you. So yeah, no, we are all the way back. We have a tattoo update. We have so much.
Do you guys even do that?
Oh,
All right,
just
Brett,
wait,
here's-
brother.
Well, you can do it right now if you'd like to.
Okay, sounds good. So a bunch of phone calls were made recently, and we have a couple of tattoo shops that are absolutely all the way in on doing these. We made a couple calls throughout the summer, did not materialize, and we now have a couple of tattoo shops that are all the way in. So by either on Saturday, it will be either here live or we will pre-record it and it will be on this show on Saturday. Either way, live, on air, or at least on air on Saturday, we will be doing that tattoo.
A Lannister always pays his debts. Brett Holden always pays his debts. once again, last year I was so distracted by the Stanley Cup playoffs that I didn't like, Brett, I want to see you get tattooed with that Jake Wallman tattoo, but that wasn't the priority. All summer we stepped away. We knew we had to be real because we might have a couple more bets up our sleeves, maybe some challenges, maybe some humiliations along this season. But hey, I missed you all, and there's a lot of you in the chat, a lot of familiar faces, so I'd like to say hello. And no pregame show would be complete year 3 without Austin being the first comment of the day. He's in. He says, Bordzy, let's fire up this fucking band, baby. My ON fam, let's go. Get the likes up in here. Been a long few months. Time to get back to work. I'm shotgunning. What about you? Maybe we'll talk a little bit later. Also seeing some people from the chat in person. We got Bo. We got Mr. Burns here. Percy's in. Hell yeah. Finally getting pre-gaming and after dark. Feels like a dream come true. We are so back, baby. Southpaw like this. When we look back in the annals, not annals, annals of history, people are going to be talking about 3 things: the discovery of fire, invention of the submarine, and the motherfucking BOA. It's the Oilers home opener. Also, hashtag Jackie Moon he threw in there. Dylan Oof, we are so back. Cup year. Let's go Oilers. Brett, we talked about this before, that I don't know if I'm fully ready in game 1 to start streaming Cup year at the top of my lungs. Ask me that on Oilersnation After Dark later tonight, because we'll see how this one's going. Loyal to the oil. After all the waiting, we are back. Let's go, Bordzy. Let's go, ON family. It's going to be an awesome season. Sadistic, we've officially arrived. New season, new beginnings. Let's get it done. A new Connor McDavid extension as well. You got an Ekholm extension, a Wallman extension, a Nobby extension, a Pods extension. A lot went down this summer. A lot getting us primed and ready for tonight. Rusty, an absolute OG. He's in here, simply just says, we are so back. Like this from Sadistic, it's almost pre-drinking time with Bordzy. Woohoo. Shout out to that. I can get down with that as well. Cheryl, good point here. Feels like yesterday, but it also feels like forever since we've been here. So excited for this season. Let's go, Oilers.
Yeah, really quick. On speaking of Cheryl and the tattoo, Cheryl has had an idea since last season with the tattoo. Cheryl, if you can send me all of your ideas, because as we mentioned, it's going to be a little Jake Wallman theme. If you can send me your, like, if you have your decoration, whatever made, please send it to me. If you have my email, please send it to me. If not, just say that you need my email.
What's your email?
Brett.holden@bettercollective.com. There you go. Somebody here knew it.
I knew it. I knew what your email was going to be. They're all the same. Also, no pre and post game show. No pre-game show would be complete without a super chat from our pal Mikai and Drive. Reminder, all your super chats are in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation, where we did announce today, Brett, the number's in. We raised over $10,000 last season throughout our super chats, the YouTube super chat feature, which was a lot of you in here pre-gaming, especially post-gaming. A lot of names, too many names to thank, but you guys made a serious impact last year on some lives, some families who are in need. So shout out to you guys. Stick taps to you, and we're kicking it off again. Mackay and Dry back in with Bordzy Bars Part 1. Today's the date. Just can't wait. Time to open Super Chat Floodgate. Love my chat mates. Flames we hate. It's a cup year. Hail Connor the Great. Oh, he is so back. But that's going to be the most commonly used phrase that we use this evening. But we are back. My question to you, Coom. So it's tough, right? We're not that far removed from losing, hate to say it, back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals to the Florida Panthers. First time it happened, I was an emotional wreck for pretty much the entire summer. I didn't want to think about the Oil, didn't want to talk about the Oil. It hurt me. Maybe I'm just more scarred now. Maybe I'm just more of a veteran. But I feel like this past summer, it just wasn't that. My emotions today are the exact same as when we did Oilersnation After Dark after Game 6. It was that team got thoroughly outplayed. It was a very successful season. You ran the Western Conference in the NHL playoffs, ran into a buzzsaw in the Florida Panthers. So this year, this summer, wasn't so downtrodden. I was more optimistic. I'm curious, do you follow that same wavelength?
Yeah, I think I'm in sort of a similar spot. Like the first year that it happens and the first year they go on the playoff run, you think, wow, look at all these things that went right. Look at these game 7s that they won. Can they actually do that again? over the course of a full season when they're tired and they had a long playoff run. And the Oilers proved last spring that even after the long playoff run and a slow start to the season, everything that happened, they just muscled through the Western Conference in the playoffs. And they only lost, 4 games through the Western Conference? And I think what it showed is that the Oilers are now the class of the Western Conference. They're that team that can come through in playoff series against whoever in the West, whether it's LA, whether it's Vegas, whether it's Dallas, maybe it's Colorado at some point, maybe it's Winnipeg, who knows who it might be this season. They've proved that they know how to win in the playoffs, and I'm not so devastated the Oilers lost last year because I feel very good that they're going to get through the West again.
I feel like we're ready to retool. We pretty much already have lock loaded, ready to roll, and I do kind of hate this narrative that's gone around, and Connor McDavid himself had touched on it, that the Edmonton Oilers are some beaten down dog for losing the past 2 years. They've won more playoff games than anyone besides the Florida Panthers in the last 2 years, so they're in a good spot. Speaking of good spots, shout out to the Toronto
I knew
Blue
that something
Jays
good was going to happen
runs.
because I heard everybody cheering over there, and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to get my way through this point before I get confused and it hasn't happened on the screen yet. But
Let's go,
there
Dodgers.
we go. We're all caught up now.
Go Dodgers.
Time to mute Brett's mic back down there. Forgot I had that thing.
Nobody
still
cares
on.
about the Brooklyn Draft Dodgers, you weirdo.
Yes, Brett.
It's going to be super awkward when the World Series is Blue Jays Dodgers, and
It's going to be Brewers and Blue Jays.
as a guy
That'd be
who
sick.
cheers for the Blue Jays and does BJN stuff. It's going to be
You're torn. You're torn right down the
Listen,
middle.
I will be happy if the Blue Jays win the World Series. I will not put it in anybody's faces if the Blue Jays or Dodgers win the World Series.
What if the Dodgers lose in the NLCS with the Brewers in 5 games?
They're not.
That's a fair point from our boy Brett right there, and I tend to have to agree with him, and I kind of hate that I have to agree with you there. So we mentioned Oilers, they're retooled, they're ready to roll. I understand it's a pregame show, but we can't go any further unless we talk about the fact that Connor McDavid did sign the deal. He is going to stay in Edmonton. He signed a 2-year contract extension that starts after this season. We all know it by now. 2 years, $12.5 million. I am still in disbelief. The fact that it took so long to get to this point, it was pretty last minute. I was nervous for
sort of like
season's
and then
about to
whoop.
start. Where's this going to go? I'm still shocked that he actually signed it. But of course, the most shocked by that cap hit, $12.5 million. And you've heard it from pretty much everybody, right? Connor McDavid is the ultimate competitor. He's the ultimate team player. But the fact that he metaphorically walks into Stan Bowman's office and is handed a blank check, and he willingly writes down $12.5 million, says, everybody else in this league is getting major pay raises. Third pairing defensemen like Cody Ceci, Brian Dumoulin now getting paid. Here's Connor McDavid saying, I'm going to put literally my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to eat some money for the next 2 years. He chose to take less. And personally, I don't know if I would ever do that. I don't know if I have that bone in my body. Also, I've never earned over $100 million in my life before. But Connor McDavid, this proves more than anything, and what a jolt to the fans, that all he does care about is winning, and he is so committed to doing it in Edmonton. I personally was never above 5 out of 10 on the panic scale. I was at a 4 out of 10 without a doubt. And had we started tonight with no McDavid extension, would have been a little bit nervous. Also, was really dreading the fact that whenever the Oilers would lose a game, I'm sure trolls galore would pop in the post-game chat and constantly remind me that Connor McDavid is a UFA. But fret not, baby. Connor McDavid, 97, the captain, the leader, locked in. Coombsy, I'm curious. Everybody's got a different story of their reaction, where they were, how shocked you were by it. What was your initial reaction? 12.5 for 2 years.
I wasn't surprised by the term. I think it became sort of inevitable. We knew that Connor McDavid wants to put some pressure on the Edmonton Oilers front office to win during a window. He doesn't want to get locked into, an 8-year contract where the team becomes not competitive, and he's Sidney Crosby, Malkin, those guys right now. That's an ugly situation, but he's put some urgency on the front office. There's 3 years here where he's given the team a supreme discount. Like when he signed the 8-year, $100 million deal for the $12.5 million contract, that was already a discount when he was the top paid player in the league with that cap hit. It easily could have been higher if he went along on 2-3 year deals the whole way up, but didn't do that. So, I mean, you look at what Kirill Kaprizov signed for, 17 million. McDavid's worth 18, 19, or 20 million.
He's worth
easily.
22 if he wants it.
Yeah,
You'd
exactly.
pay it.
So, given the discount the Oilers are getting here, they're going to be able to add a couple of different, $3-4 million roster players, and it's just going to be so much easier when the salary cap goes up. They're not having to worry about, all right, we got to give our best guy a huge raise. He's going to be at where he was the past pretty much decade, and we're going to be able to add around this. It's something we haven't seen much of in the NHL. You know, Sidney Crosby's done this with the Penguins, his $8.7 million cap hit he's had forever, but Connor McDavid showed this is what this is all about. It's about winning, and not just winning, but winning in Edmonton. That's what he wants to do.
And doing it with these guys in the room. I also hate some of the narratives came out that are like, oh, they immediately spent the $7 million left up from McDavid on Jake Wallman.
Was he going to get paid $1 million?
I don't know what world. There's a lot of bullshit narratives, and I'll use that word right now, that are going around. I saw some classic moving of the goalpost. The idea, it's the same people saying he's going to leave at the end of the season have just replaced end of the season within 3 years now at this point, and I think that's
just wait for then. Just wait.
A lazy argument.
Give yourself
a lazy
3
jerk.
years, and if it happens, then you can celebrate and feel good about yourself. But if the Oilers win 3 Stanley Cups in a row in Edmonton, McDavid's not going anywhere.
The second narrative was the one that kind of personally just had me the most frustrated, because I do not agree with it. It was like, are we so starved for hockey content in the world right now that the best player in the world decides to sign that deal and take that pay cut? And the immediate take from some people is they're concerned about the NHLPA and the slap in the face that is to the NHLPA. To that I say, what are you talking about? Connor McDavid is a hockey player. He is concerned with winning hockey games. This move to take a pay cut leads to winning more hockey games, theoretically. It is that simple. It's not that hard to understand. And the fact that people are saying he owes this to the NHLPA, I made this argument to Liam today. So Connor McDavid, in his Hall of Fame press conference, he's going to go up there and say, hey, man, I really tried. I lost those 2 cup finals in Edmonton. But you know what? The thing I'm most proud of in my career is that I raised the average salary for top 9 forwards everywhere for the next 20 years. That's not in his MO. He's a hockey player. He's concerned with winning. I just really hated that narrative. I don't think Connor is concerned with the NHLPA in the slightest. If you do talk about some of the contracts, Jack Eichel takes a nice 13.5, I believe it was today, while Kirill Kaprizov still has a 17.5. I do laugh because Connor McDavid to other star players, you kind of look like a little bit of a dick now if you're not taking some pay cut. I'll leave it at that. Do you agree with some of this narrative about the NHLPA? Who cares?
No, if the NHLPA wants to have players making the salaries that Major League Baseball players make, then in 2004 and 2005, you shouldn't have agreed to a salary cap. That's just what it is. The players' salaries, the top level players' salaries are always going to be controlled. They're always going to be kept down because of the salary cap, and that's just the way it is. It's not up to Connor McDavid to go and sign some 20% of the salary cap deal every time he can to establish that. Everyone knows what good players are going to get paid, and Kirill Kaprizov still got paid that number devoid of what Connor McDavid was being paid.
I agree 100%. So also, I see we've now spent 27 minutes. We got a pregame show. Let's get into it. Our need to know information courtesy of Will Hawk Beef Jerky. Can I remember this one off the top of my head? Only the finest tasting meat products earn that sweet, sweet Will Hawk name. Made from 100% pure Alberta beef, their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. They gladly fill orders of any size, and you can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location or online. To get your jerky on, head on over to WillHawkBeefJerky.com. You're either born with it or you're not, and I am born with the Will Hawk Beef Jerky ad read. So you need to know information heading into tonight. This is the 10th time the Oilers and the Flames have kicked off their seasons with a BOA. Edmonton has 5 of those 9 wins. At home, they are 5-2. On the road, 0-2. But don't worry, this game's being played on Rogers Place ice. This is the 3rd time the season started with a BOA in the McDry era. You're going to like this if you're betting on Connor McDavid this evening. Edmonton won 7-4 back in 2016. Which reminds me how old I am and how old Connor McDavid is as well. McDavid in that one, 2 goals, 1 assist. The following season, Open the year BOA against the Flames, 3-0 victory for the Oilers. McDavid scored 1, 2, all 3 goals in that hockey game. We talked about it on ONE. Those pregame intros, I'm expecting the puck to be dropped at like 8:20, maybe even 8:30. Who knows? Drink your coffee, drink some suds. We are back, Oilers hockey, maybe not company nation beer, but that reaction when 97's the last one to come out, your captain, Connor McDavid, that building's going to explode.
I think that's why the timing of this contract and everything feels
It hits.
methodical and right. While we were all sitting there in late August and early September being like, I wish he'd sign this thing so there wouldn't be a distraction during the preseason when only we're watching. I mean, Connor McDavid goes and signs this deal a couple of days before the season, and it's going to be just, the biggest jolt of lightning into the locker room. He's saying, all right, I'm taking this team discount to be here for the next 2 years after this one. And then Wallman signs his deal, and Matthias Ekholm signs a deal for $4 million. Everyone's excited. Wow, look, we've got the band back together for the next few years. The vibes are going to be incredible. So all of this makes sense. If we can take a look back and people were wondering, why didn't he get this done during the summer? Why the distraction during the preseason? I think this is why. This is going to give the team a huge jolt in October. It'll help them get off to a good start.
He was also on a friend moon. What do you want the guy to do, Brett? You got something for me?
Yeah, you kind of mentioned the just kind of the seriousness for this team. Like we've talked about, listen, I sat in on a lot of games. I don't know if you guys know. A lot of conversations of sitting there going, listen, it's the preseason or the regular season. This team seems to be very focused on, hey, we make the playoffs, whatever. How do you guys feel about the banner just kind of quietly being raised?
I like that.
Me too.
I mean, last year it might be a different story, but because it's year 2, second one in a row, we talked about it, our emotions this summer. It's
Silver
I
medal.
was happy to be there, but that's all we were is there. All it is a memory, and it's not even a very fond memory, if you ask me that. Continuing your need to know, Matthias Janmark, Tyler Liam's favorite player. According to Tony Brar, he's going to be out for 1 or 2 weeks. He's 1 or 2 weeks away, I should say, with an undisclosed injury. Jake Wallman also expected to be out for the opener. Suffered an injury setback this past week. His is also undisclosed. We know there's upper body, lower body, undisclosed. Who knows what it is?
Middle body?
Let's add a third one there. Meaning, Coombsy, the one who replaces Jake Wallman is going to be Alec Regula, his first game in an Oilers jersey, rocking number 75, I do believe.
Cool.
Like a young Evan Bouchard out there. I don't know if he's going to have the same offensive skills, but I'm excited to see what Regula's got. We talked about it. He was claimed off waivers from the Boston Bruins last season. Never played a game for the Oilers, but they gave him a 2-year, 2-way deal. Big body kind of guy. We'll see what that is all about. Continuing, Ike Howard and David Tomasek. They're both going to make their NHL debuts tonight. They're both going to be on a line with Adam Henrique, who is playing his 994th career NHL game, while those two are making their debuts. Ike Howard, we know, 21 years young. David Tomasek, 28 years young, I do believe. Noah Philp, going to be the 3C. Depending on how you look at it, we'll see how Nobby utilizes the lines more tonight. But Philp's going to play with Podkolzin and Kapanen, while Rico plays with Ike Howard and David Tomasek. That's how you got to say it. I got to get used to that. And then the most polarizing player in Edmonton, one Stuart Skinner, will get the start for the Oilers. He has struggled in some season openers in his past. His season openers, I'll specifically say, he allowed 5 goals on 13 shots last season. He allowed 4 goals on 16 shots the year before that, but he stopped all 31 shots he faced against Calgary in his first start in 2022. That aforementioned 3-0 shutout for the Oilers. Calgary Flames, side of your need to know info, Jonathan Huberdeau will not play tonight. He's been placed on IR before the season begins. Color me shocked. Another undisclosed injury to start the season. The Flames, they got a couple of healthy scratches. We talked about it on ONE. Zane Parekh not going to play this evening. As Tyler and Liam said, he's scared of Connor and Leon. I'm not going to say that. Daniil Miramanov and Sam Ponzek also will be healthy scratches.
Of course.
And it will be the first game for 2024 first rounder Matvei Gridin, I believe is how you say his name, who will be getting the rookie lap treatment. Calgary, they earned 3 points against the Oilers in 3 games last season. So the Oilers 2-1-0, the Flames 1-1-1. So we'll see how this one goes. And then, of course, Dustin Wolf is going to be in the crease for the Calgary Flames. And if you haven't heard of him yet, you are going to in the next couple years here in the Pacific Division. He was a Calder Trophy runner-up last season. He had incredible numbers, 29, 16, and 8 record. 264 goals against, 910 save percentage. Hate to say it, but I think we're going to have to get used to Dustin Wolf for the next couple of years. Coombsy, he's pretty good, eh?
Yeah, I mean, the Flames have something going for them. That's exciting. That should help them finish
Sophomore slump.
10th in the Western Conference rather than 14th, because that's probably where they'd be if not for Dustin Wolf. I think for the Flames this year, the exciting thing to look for is during their home opener, they're going to raise a Stanley Cup banner for the Florida Panthers. They're going to say, this is the most exciting thing that's happened to our franchise in decades. And they're going to toss up a banner for a different team.
Them and Flames Nation, I'm sure we'll do it simultaneously. Brett?
Yeah, I just wanted to say with Zane Parekh, I know a lot of people, and like as I'm a huge prospect guy. I freaking love watching just junior hockey and seeing what these players can turn into. Zane Parekh is going to be a fantastic hockey player. I think it is a very smart thing for Adam Huska and the Calgary Flames to sit there and go, hey, you know what? You made this hockey team fantastic. Also, our first regular season game is against Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Evan
And we
Bouchard.
don't believe in you.
No,
You're not good enough for this.
Stay.
You're good enough to face some of the weaker teams in the league. You can practice with the team, but don't play against the good players. It's too much.
No, and like I know a lot of people are speaking about Parekh that way. I just do not see it that way.
He's going to play against Seattle. He's going to play against.
That's a tough
He's sort
game
of a
one.
platooner.
That's a tough game one to ask a guy to go against. And
Well,
what we heard in the preseason was he was lacking some of those defensive responsibilities, maybe not playing as well against the speed. 97 speed, pretty synonymous.
That's a key part of the game. Right?
That's 100% the thing.
also a
Like,
point.
if you're like, let's sit there and pretend that the Calgary Flames are the Edmonton Oilers. We're in the Calgary Flames position here, and you're sitting there going, "Oh, okay." We're facing off against the single best player in this generation. He's also the fastest motherfucker in hockey, and oh yeah, Leon Draisaitl's playing on his wing and everything like that. Like, I'm sitting here going. It's not necessarily sitting there going, oh, okay, Zane Parech's not ready for the NHL. That's not it at all. Zane Parekh is sitting there going, okay, you're ready for the NHL, but you're not ready for Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I think it's a very smart thing.
I think that's fair. I think that's very fair.
There's a difference between NHL speed and Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
And once again, I don't want any clips of us saying that Zane Parekh. That's Tyler Liam's. That's Tyler Liam's way over there, because I do think, Brett, I agree with you that he's going to be good down the road. But let's continue along. Sherwood Ford Giant storyline brought to you by Sherwood Ford and the Giant. Feels good to say that again. Our friends at Sherwood Ford would like to tell you about their upcoming hockey event called Dealers Day at the dealership on a Saturday, October 18th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. There will be ticket prizes for Ford and hockey fans of Edmonton, and they encourage you to bring canned food donation for the charity food drive. Dealer Days at Sherwood Ford, Saturday, October 18th from 1 to 3. I'd ask everyone in the chat, what's your storyline for the season? And I guess heading into tonight as well. My storyline tonight specifically on this game is fresh blood. I want to get a look at some of these new faces. The Edmonton Oilers technically have 5 rookies playing in this game this evening, and we know the Oilers lost some veteran names. Your Connor Browns, your Corey Perrys, Evander Kanes, your John Klingbergs, etc. But I am very excited to see what we're going to get here. We know Matt Savoy. He's going to play in the top 6. This will be his 6th career NHL game. Very excited to get a look at him. He looked good last season. He looked good in the AHL. He looked good in preseason. And hopefully he looks good on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' wing. The other ones that are interesting, right? The 2 guys making their debut. Ike Howard at 21, Tomashik at 29 years young. I will say there as well. What can those guys do? David Tomashik, to me, is a huge wild card for this Edmonton Oilers squad because he scored a lot of goals in the SHL the last 2 seasons. I believe it was 24 and 25 respectively. This dude knows how to score. He's brought in here for a reason. In the preseason, we saw him in the Zach Hyman spot on PP1. I'm expecting him to get that spot to start tonight as well. Could also be a sneaky one to sprinkle on for a point or something. But the fresh blood, that's my storyline. That's what I'm looking at. Can these guys inject some energy, some youth? Your obvious one in cop-out is 97 and 29 going supernova tonight. But what's your storyline?
My storyline is whether the Oilers can get off to a good start and maintain a good start for the entire course of the season. It looks this year, when you look at their regular season schedule, that they made it themselves. Like, they went down and decided, all right, here's when we're going to go on the road. Here's when we're going to be at home. It's like they built their own schedule. It's the easiest NHL schedule I've ever seen. They get all their road games out of the way early during those shitty, cold Edmonton months, January, December. It's not as much travel as it usually is. So if the Oilers get off to a hot start this season, I mean, you look around the Pacific Division, and I'm not sure there's a team better than them. They're the team to beat there, obviously. And if they can get off to a strong start and keep it going, I think the Oilers can win their first division since the mid-1980s. Like, that's a huge drought where the Oilers never are able to win a division, never able to have home ice advantage at the playoffs. Maybe this year's the year. When I just talked about the last point, Connor McDavid gives that, jolt of energy with signing that extension. Maybe they can get off to a hot start and finally just have that huge regular season where it's just good vibes the whole way.
Yeah, I see Nathan's in season storyline, mix 70 goals. Let's ride, Brett.
Just got, obviously, the teams are hitting the ice for warm-ups.
Rookie lap for Ike Howard.
Rookie lap for Ike Howard. Rookie lap for David Tomasek as well.
Tomasek.
Both
We all
of
got to
them-
learn that together and hold each other accountable.
Both of them rocking no buckies.
Yeah. Well, everybody else on this team just got paid millions of dollars. I mean, for next season, they can show it a little bit to help the boys.
I heard Liam and Tyler say, "Oh yeah, don't worry, Connor will be able to pay that." No. Leon Draisaitl, the highest paid player on this team.
Connor's not paying any tabs. He's not paying any tabs these days because, as Mackay and Dry pointed out, Brett, I love that you started this. Dennis Schroeder makes more than Connor McDavid. Basketball?
He's a number 5 starting pitcher. That's $12.5 million. You're an innings-eating lefty.
Could you imagine being the sixth man looking at that? Like, Lou Will would look at that and be like, pussy.
Yeah, seriously.
You say Kikuchi sees that and he's like...
yeah, that's one outing.
I like some other storylines in here. One from Final Buzzer. Special teams is the storyline. And I bet if I asked Final Buzzer, it's not talking about the power play here specifically. It's the Edmonton Oilers penalty kill because it was, I'll say it, pretty dog shit last season and pretty dog shit in the NHL playoffs. You lost guys like Connor Brown. You got some young blood, Savoy coming in. We did get a look earlier today. Jason Gregor talked to Nobby, told us what some of the PK pairings will be for the forward group at least. The third one was McDavid and Draisaitl. Best defense is good offense. I'm down with that.
Don't want them blocking
Matthias Janmark. Feel better. Hope you feel better. He says his storyline is Stu. And then Stu Skinner's in here saying, don't forget me. Sasky, season storyline is younger and faster team and signing Ingram. I hope for the best for the local boy, Connor Brown. Storyline is how deep is our depth. Love that he's no longer on the team, but he's still watching us on the pregame chat. So, Bert, let's pull it up now. The home team lineup. Let's just go through it one more time for the folks in case they are joining late. Your top line, we're going supernova, baby. It's Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and Trent Frederick. He's getting the first crack on the top line. We only saw him for 10 minutes in the regular season last year. We obviously got a glimpse in the NHL playoffs. Didn't totally love what I saw, but we know he was working his way back from a high ankle sprain. Interested to see that one. Your second line. Here's something I like. Andrew Mangiapane with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Matt Savoy. The other penalty kill forward pairing was the Nuge and Mangiapane. I'm curious if those two could maybe find some chemistry throughout the season. We've been told Nuge expected to play more center this year. Obviously going Connor and Leon to start the year up top. We know it. Leon even said it in an interview. I'll be back down playing 2C in no time. Expect Nuge to be a 3C, many points this season. But then your third line, Vasily Podkolzin, also fresh off an extension with Noah Philp and one Kasperi Cheeks. Klappinen, feels good to say that again. Brett, Curtis Lazar isn't in. You want to use the other one because it's Ike Howard with Adam Henrique and David Tomasek. And your deep pairings, Matthias Ekholm, the new $4 million man next season. Gotta love that one with Evan Bouchard, Darnell Nurse with Alec Regula, Brett Kulak with Ty Emberson. Bert, we got to go quick here because we lost so much time at the 10 minutes beginning of the show here. I asked you to prepare some hot takes with me. I also prepared 3 Edmonton Oilers hot takes. Did you prepare any?
No.
That's exactly how I thought that would go. Brett, that's why I'm happy you did as well. So do you want to do the first one and I'll do my first? We'll go back and forth.
Sure.
I'll figure something out on the way.
Yeah, you'll get something.
Sure, that works. Sorry, I'm adjusting my.
You want me to go first?
No, you're good. Sorry, I was just trying to pull my hair out underneath the thing. I have Matthew Savoy, almost called him Carter Savoy. I have him with 20 goals this season.
Matt Savoy, 20 goals.
Yeah. That's my first prediction. Listen, I mean, we saw a lot of well, not a lot, but when Matthew Savoy was up with this team, we saw a lot of very positive things. And I think now that you're sitting there going, okay, this is a guy who's going to be able to not only produce in the top 6, but also be a guy who we're sitting there going, okay, we know he can score, we know we can plot him in, whether it's in Frederick's spot, whether it's in that second line spot. We know that this top 6 is going to be mangled all over the place. We know the blender's coming out. I think Savoy is going to get more time with 97 and 29 / 97 / 29 more than we think that is actually going to happen. And I think that Savoy is going to get at least 20 goals.
Is he going to win the Calder Trophy? The first Edmonton Oiler to be the rookie of the season?
That is not my prediction.
Didn't say that one. Didn't say that. I saw Matt Savoy to lead rookies in points this season, plus 1,800 on Bet365. Not touching that. I believe in the guy. I do believe he can score 20 goals. I saw enough last year in limited moments. I keep going back to, I think it was the Philly game. We were here at Greta, made a beautiful play behind the net on the forecheck right out to 29. I said, I can watch that for a couple seasons, but you don't want to read too much into preseason. Matt Savoy looked good, looked like he belonged in the preseason. My first one, I was going to say 25, and you know what? I'll stick with it because I'm going hot takes. Andrew Mangiapane scores 25 goals this season for the Edmonton Oilers. He has only scored above 20 once in his NHL career. It was 35 with the Calgary Flames. Boo. Mangiapane on the other side of the BOA tonight, but I'm reading into he's going to find some chemistry here with RNH. And if Nobby is so committed to playing Nuge as a center this season, and he's going to be playing on the PK with Mangiapane, I could see those two meshing well. I feel like they both have good high hockey IQs. Nuge as a centerman can be more of a puck transporter. Mangiapane, while not the biggest guy, can get in the gritty areas, get in there. I love hearing Waz just scream in the background. We are so back. Doomsy, you got one hot take or prediction?
I do, of course. I've got all kinds of hot takes. I think the Oilers are going to send players down to the Bakersfield Condors.
Great call.
No, I'm just joking. The actual hot take that I have is, given the cap space next year with the McDiscount, the Oilers are going to make a huge splash ahead of this year's trade deadline, and they're going to acquire kind of a number 3 for the big 3 group of forwards. Like, I'm not going to say Hyman and Nugent Hopkins are part of a big 3 anymore.
Yeah.
McDavid, Draisaitl, and somebody else. Last year, they tried to acquire Mikko Rantanen. It wasn't going to work. They couldn't make it work salary cap-wise. I mean, it would have required a lot of maneuvering. But now, given the salary cap situation next year, I don't know if it's going to be a pending UFA or whatever it is, but they're going to acquire somebody who's like top 20 in NHL score.
Keeps getting better for the Jays right now, baby.
I know.
Man on third. Let's go.
That's what Waz was doing. That's what, if you hear Waz in the background, that's what it is.
Hot take number 2.
My second one is that the Edmonton Oilers are going to return to the top, not 5, not 10, the top 3. And I only say top 3 to give myself a little bit of safety. On the power play, I think the Edmonton Oilers power play is going to return to a top 3 pace. I mean, like, what are you missing? What are you really missing? Like, Zach Hyman, whatever. You'll see Zach Hyman show up in a certain
He'll be
spot.
back. He'll be back.
You're going to sit there and like, maybe, I'm not predicting this. I'm just conversating on this. If the Edmonton Oilers power play sits there and goes, oh, okay, they're not scoring at the pace that you thought they would because you have David Tomasek, you have
Tomasek.
Shut the fuck up.
You're being disrespectful.
or Trent Frederick, whoever it is that's basically playing that flank, that whatever, then that's fine. We have a new coach that's sitting there that's going to be making decisions. I think by game 82, you're going to sit there and go, okay, this power play is one of the best in the NHL, and statistically, they're going to show it.
There's no reason it shouldn't be top 3 every single year. Obviously, things go right, things go wrong, injuries happen, but I do feel the Oilers are going to be motivated. And 97-29 starting on the top line. Chemistry is always good. It's going to be extra good to start this year. My number 2, Jake Wallman and Darnell Nurse, the second pairing, each record 40-plus points this season. Neither going to get PP one time. At least we expect so. Nurse has recorded 40-plus points once in the last 6 seasons. Jake Wallman has never done it in his NHL career. Jake Wallman's also never played 82. I don't think he's played over 65, and he's going to miss tonight. So he's already a game back on this prediction, but Wallman, Nurse, 40-plus points each. A stable, steady second pairing. We finally find it for Darnell Nurse.
Okay, my next one's going to be Evan Bouchard finishes top 5 in Norris.
Oh, you dick.
Yeah.
That was going to be mine.
Well, fair.
bad.
That's a good one.
Yeah, why don't you elaborate on it?
It's funny because what was I believe it was DFO this morning talking about, it's either going to be Quinn Hughes' game or it's going to be Cale Makar's game. Whoever between the two of them is going to be the Norris Trophy winner. And we talked about Zach Werenski was a name that got brought up by Carter Hutton as well. I sat there and went, how are we not talking about Evan Bouchard, who has broken record? And again, this is not a playoff award, and I understand that. I completely agree. And there's a lot of Edmonton Oilers who sit there and go, okay, let's just make it to the postseason, and that's what it is. Evan Bouchard wants a Norris Trophy, and it's about time that Evan Bouchard wins a Norris Trophy. And you're going to sit back and sit there and go, okay, when the Edmonton Oilers win the Stanley Cup this year, you're going to go, okay, Evan Bouchard was the best defenseman in the NHL this year. Connor McDavid was the best center this year. Oh, okay, and the second best? Oh, that guy that was also on his team, Leon Draisaitl. And I think this is just going to be a sweep of a year for the Edmonton Oilers.
I'm loving the Kool-Aid on game number 1 pregame, and it don't get any better than this or more optimistic. I also do think this is the year Evan Bouchard takes that leap into being your true number 1 defenseman. We saw it in the NHL playoffs. For 3 rounds without Matthias Ekholm, Bouch was the number 1 man on this team. He was playing top power play, top pairing, and even on the penalty kill, where they expect Bouchard to continue this season. And hey, the Oilers PK wasn't so good last year. I'd like to see what Evan Bouchard can get done on that. Got to go quick. My third hot take, Jake Wallman records 200-plus blocked shots.
Yeah!
I'm going to that side of this argument because last year, that guy eats more rubber than anyone I've ever seen before. It's nuts. Now, it sucks once again. He's already missing game number 1, so this is making this a little bit more difficult. He had 145 in 65 games last year. So at an 82-game pace, you could see that happen. I also checked the most blocks ever in Oilers history. Not Chris Russell in a season.
What?
Jason Smith. Gator at 228 back in the day, 06, 07. What a year.
I love just a monster who's going to sit in front of pucks and just eat them. As somebody who does
Yeah,
that
you're covered in bruises all the time.
in ball hockey, all I do is eat shots, and every single time I have teammates who sit there
Bad
and go,
possession numbers. You got to consider.
this guy plays
analytics
ball
on
hockey.
that? No.
This guy plays ball hockey. The amount of teammates that sit there and go, I don't know how you do it. And then even guys that I play against, they sit there and go, why do you block shots? I sit there
You're
and
turning the
look at them.
puck over all the time.
I look at them and I go, I have to be good at something. I love a guy who sits there and just eats shots. Jake Wallman is my my girlfriend said to me yesterday, she's like, what do you want for Christmas this year? I said Jake Wallman jersey, because Jake Wallman is the utter man. Because
Well, you're getting the Jake Wallman tattoo first, so why don't we get that one done, and then you can get the jersey after that. Coombsy, do you have a third? We got to go quick.
Yeah, let's do the third one. Is that the Calgary Flames are going to get relocated back to Atlanta? NHL's going to look at this and they're going to say they can't even. They have a star rookie. They can't play against the Oilers because he's so bad. It's just, why do we have a team here? This is stupid. Let's move them back to Atlanta, call them the Owls or something. We'll reroute that money from the provincial government and fill all the potholes.
The NHL and TNT studios are in Atlanta. There we go. We'll get it done that way.
I do have one more quick one, which we could get into.
Okay, gotta go quick.
Bet 365. But the one thing that I have felt it in my cubes for the last 5 weeks. Don't know why. David Tomasak's going to score the first Edmonton Oilers goal.
Tomasek. Second goaltender report brought to you by Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. Full boat winterization with free pickup and delivery from Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. They offer the best boat and marine engine winterizing services, shrink wrapping, and detailing in Alberta. Complete winterizing for all makes and models of outboards, stern drives, V drives, jets, wake boats, and personal watercraft. So would like to maybe spend a little bit more time on it, but I think we're all aware, and I think the rumors are out there. Oh, depends how you feel about it. This very well could be a make or break season for one Stuart Skinner. He's 26 years old. He's in the final year of his contract, and this has got to be his chance to grab this one, right? It's a very pivotal moment in his career. There's also a lot of money on the line as he is an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season. In Edmonton, we all know it, cannot afford another season with subpar goaltending. This team is built to win the Stanley Cup right now, and you can't be held back by that, I shall say. And we know the Oilers kicked some tires. They brought in Connor Ingram, obviously just, a week or two ago. They got cap space available next summer, so they're going to need to be sure if they're going to spend it on Stuart Skinner. Now, it's pre-gaming. We're starting positively. We're starting optimistically. So this is kind of my message to the fans, I guess I would say. Don't crucify me for this. Stuart Skinner has been to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. The only goalie he hasn't beat is a future Hall of Famer in Sergei Bobrovsky. Yes, he struggled in stretches for the playoffs. He has also lit it up for stretches in the NHL playoffs. And I want to just do a little blind resume type thing. Close your eyes and let me paint you an imagination picture. Imagine 26-year-old goalie making $2.6 million a season, who in year one had a .914 save percentage. Year two was an NHL All-Star. And in years 3 and 4 went to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. I would hope you wouldn't want to run that guy out of town. Now, open your eyes, bang, that's Stuart Skinner's handsome-ass mug right in front of your face. I get it. It's not that easy. It's not that simple. We've seen him be putrid at points, but I implore fans, let's start out positively. Let's have his back. There's reasons for optimism. We know new goalie coach. We know Skinner has lost some weight. He's looked better laterally, which is something that really struggled with last season. So I implore you, let's stay positive. Keep the pitchforks away for a couple weeks, maybe. We'll see here. And let's hopefully we get off on the right foot here for Stuart Skinner. A lot of pressure on him this year.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's a pretty pivotal year in his career, because you look around the league and what other goalies are getting paid, and Lukas Dostal is one in Anaheim that I think is an interesting example. And this is a goalie who's done well. He took the net from John Gibson. The Ducks were comfortable moving away that veteran, franchise all-time goalie away to the Detroit Red Wings because of what Lukas Dostal has become. And he has never played in the playoff game before. He doesn't have the same amount of experience that Stuart Skinner does. And I mean, I understand that Skinner's in the playoffs because he plays for a good team, and Dostal's on the Ducks, who are a bad team. So it's different situations. But you look at what Dostal makes, and if Stuart Skinner has anywhere close to a good year this year, if he leads the Oilers to the Stanley Cup, to win the Stanley Cup this year, then he's staring down potentially making $6.5 million in his next contract if he has a big season this year. Because while we all, pick apart what all the players do when they play for the Oilers, and we see all their weaknesses and all their faults, there's 31 other GMs in the league that look at a guy and they see back-to-back Stanley Cups, young, big goalie, easy, done. 5-year, $5 million contract. I'm sure there's a dozen GMs in the league that would happily hand that to Stuart Skinner this summer based on what he's done thus far. And if he has a huge season and a huge playoffs, he's going to get paid well.
I love this from Ping Pong Masters. This is hilarious. Paint this. It's game 14 of the season. The Oilers are 4-10. Stu's save percentage is .835. Bordzy hops on pre-gaming and continues to back his goaltender. Does Bordzy get suspended from ON? I really hope we're not going to be in that spot. I really pray that we're not, because we're starting off on a good foot. Pacific Division will be ours. Let's continue to the away lineup brought to you by Odd Company Nation Beer Everyday Lager. You can pick them up at 2 Odd Company locations in Edmonton or find it at liquorconnect.com. Because come on, we're pre-gaming. You ain't pre-gaming without anything besides Odd Company. Bert, pull it up for me. The projected lineup for the Calgary Flames. It's missing some star power. It's missing some things. Coombsy, you had some things to say about it earlier. Top line, Joel Farabee with Nazem Kadri and Adam Klapka. Your second line, who is first-round rookie Matt Vagridden on the wing with Morgan Frost and Matt Coronado. Third line, Connor Zary, Michael Backlund, and Blake Coleman. Don't hate that third line. That's actually pretty good. Fourth line, Ryan Lomberg with Justin Kirkland and Yegor Sharangovich. Your deep pairings, Joel Hanley with Mackenzie Weegar, Kevin Ball with Rasmus Anderson, Jake Bean with Braden Paschal. Coombsy, who's your player to watch in this? Because obviously they're missing Jonathan Huberdeau, and we know this squad definitely doesn't have the top-end talent to rival the Edmonton Oilers. Who's your player to watch tonight?
I guess Nazem Kadri.
Yeah.
I think, if memory serves correctly, he wasn't invited to Team Canada's Olympic orientation camp this summer, and then he posted online about it. He was probably mad, so let's see if he still has that energy in October and if he can play a big game and prove to Team Canada that, yes, in fact, Nazem Kadri should be at the Olympics.
For me, I think I'm just going, if you take that, I'm taking Matt Coronado. He's a young player. He scored 24 goals last season. I think it was 24 goals, 23 assists. So, hey, it's a building block type of season for him. But I don't want to eat these words, but I do feel there isn't a ton of offensive threat, I guess you could say, out there. At least not one that rivals the Edmonton Oilers. Bert, who's your player to watch?
I don't really have a player to watch. I just wanted to say, if you guys haven't seen Lottie Schmid on O&E today, when he straight up just said Adam Klapka, with better or for worse, ended his career for not back checking, was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Just for somebody who just sat there and went like, yeah, Klapka didn't back check. And they ended up scoring against who ended up scoring? David Tomaszek. David Tomaszek's team. So I
wish you could have seen what Brett did off camera right there. That was beautiful. Flames, once again, keep your eye on Mackenzie Weegar on the back end. We know everything he's capable of. Zane Perek not going to play, but now we go quickly and we get into Bordzy's Bankroll, brought to you by Bet365. Download the app today, because whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app to get in on the game. Use the code NATION. Bet365 must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. So my picks, I hit a 12-leg NFL parlay this past Sunday. Normally I don't make bets like that, but I have been in the pocket. I have been feeling it lately, so I'm trying to apply some of that logic into Bordzy's Bankroll. Bert, pull it up for me, and by that you would understand that all three of them are actually minus bets. So your first option, it's going to be number 2, Evan Bouchard to get 1+ point at minus 210. Fresh off that $10.5 million deal. I like Bouch to get 1 point. Could be on the power play, could be 5-on-5, doesn't matter. The next one, Leon Draisaitl. Want 1, 2, 3+ shots on goal. He's playing with 97. He's going to be in his office on the power play. He's playing the Calgary Flames. And last season, Dry had 240 shots in 71 games. It's an average of 3.38 per game. Last time I checked, that's more than 3+. So we like Leon Draisaitl for 3 shots. And then it's his world. We're just living in it. 97, 2+ points, minus 125. That's nuts. That 2+ points is minus 125. But Connor McDavid, fresh off signing that extension, he's going to get that intro. He's playing with number 29 as well. And Trent Frederick. Let's not forget about him as well. It's Connor McDavid's world. I'm just living in it, so we're going to profit off it this evening. I believe parlayed together, which I recommend doing tonight with these. Plus 275, Bet365 even has a couple add-ons might be able to throw on there. Yourself, it's up to you. Do so responsibly. Coombsy, do you like this parlayed together? Does that feel safe? Because it does to me.
That feels very safe. It feels fantastic.
Nice 270. Got to see it go through the hoop. Coombsy, is there anybody, who would you bet for the first goal of the Edmonton Oilers season tonight?
I'm going to go with Isaac Howard. Why not?
That would actually
reigning Hobie Baker Award winner.
That would be absolutely electric
The
if
scholar.
he did that. The scholar.
The scholar.
Bert, you said David Tomaszek?
100%. I don't know why, but like
off his shin pad on the power play. That's why.
literally 2 weeks ago, I just felt it in my cubes that David Tomaszek was going
Normal.
to score the first goal.
Normal
of-
mid-September feelings. It's 23 degrees outside. You're just
Wow.
feeling it.
Feeling it. I was about to say, let me feel your cubes to check, but no, we're
Don't-
not going to do that
Don't
right
worry
now.
about that.
People, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I really apologize for the technical difficulties to start the episode. We're live down here at Greta Bar Yeg. Go Blue Jays, go. It is currently 5-1 for the Jays.
Plenty of
Could
time left.
possibly do what we're looking for them to do, but I'm not going to jinx it. I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. I missed you all. Good luck out there on the Bet365 Battlegrounds. We will be live right here, right after the game for Oilersnation After Dark. Me, Coombsy, and Brett breaking it all down. Hopefully, a positive one to say the least. I love you all. Appreciate you all. Peace out. We'll talk in a couple hours.